good morning or good afternoon or good evening whenever you decide to watch this. We're going to try a flipped faculty meeting for registration when you come on Tuesday. The majority of that time, and I hope it will be short, will be to answer your questions. I hope I can get as much information shared today through this venue. The two major events associated with registration, Cat's Pride and Curriculum AP Night. Cat's Pride is Thursday. That's our first one, March 6th, 6 to 8. The second one, Curriculum Night, Monday, March 10th, 5:30 to 7:30. Remember, collared shirts and either khaki or black bottoms or skirts. I'm kind of reading from a script, so just hang with me. You should have a copy of this attached to the email. Cat's Pride, our lead is Mr. Ingram and Ms. Stubblefield. They've done an excellent job of preparing this for us. It'll look different than it has in the past, but it will be excellent. I know. I need all presentations and handouts that are associated with Cat's Pride to me no later than Wednesday, March the 5th, that morning, because the administration team really needs to review the information that's going to be shared with parents. For Cat's Pride, especially important, please, 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 please keep this in the back of your mind. This is our first impression for a number of 8th graders and their parents. Do not ever underestimate the fact that another teacher or counselor or administrator or a board member and their child is here. And so what we do, we don't get a second chance. So there's always going to be mistakes that are going to be made. I completely get that. You know, that's how I operate. That doesn't excuse our opportunity to be prepared. So on the front end, let's do as much as we can to make sure we're as prepared as possible. For Curriculum Night, the lead, Mr. Miller and Ms. Thomas. Again, for Curriculum Night, you'll be grouped together by content areas. So all English teachers will be together, all math teachers will be together. You won't be in your classrooms. This is an opportunity for you as a team to work together, signing off on registration forms, speaking with parents about recommendation. So a teacher may be recommending a student they currently teach, and another teacher may be having a discussion with that parent about the course they're going into. Mr. Miller and Ms. Thomas will provide you with logistics about where your team will be. If you're doing an AP presentation, and all AP teachers should have some sort of PowerPoint or Prezi and a handout for parents, they're going to want to know. Remember, AP is not a high school level curriculum, and that needs to be clearly communicated. And the students are going to be required to have attended one of these AP information sessions before they can sign up for the course, before they can enroll in the course. So please make sure you have a presentation ready. I'm going to need your presentation submitted to me and whatever handouts you plan to share no later than that Friday, March the 7th. If you have questions about Cat's Pride or Curriculum Night, see Mr. Miller, see me, Ms. Thomas, Ms. Stubblefield, Mr. Ingram. Surely one of us will be able to answer your question. I know it's a lot. I feel it too, but we'll take each day one day at a time. All right, let's talk about the process for registration. Registration forms and information are going to be distributed to students on Thursday, March 6th through advisors. That's going to be advisement schedule. And listen, we're going to be on advisement schedule on Thursday, on Friday, and on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday. Is that right? Tuesday and Wednesday, Mr. Miller? Our rollback?
Rollback schedule. And both of those schedules will actually, they'll be unique in nature because Wednesday is actually an exam day. So we've configured a schedule so that those exam blocks do have the full 90 minutes in order to test, as well as the rollback built in. But those will be shared prior to that day. You'll receive a copy of the bell schedules that will be used during registration, as well as a entire plan so that you guys know exactly what steps to follow as you go through this registration process.
And that's Tuesday and Wednesday?
Correct.
You sure about that?
Positive.
Okay, because I think I had it wrong on my calendar. Sorry, guys. So you're going to have plenty of time in advisement. Here's what I want to stress for you to work with your advisement students, because ultimately you are going to be taking their registration forms and transferring that information from paper to computer. So you want to have a good feel for what the kids are choosing on the registration forms. Attached to this email are copies of the registration forms. Get very familiar with your grade level registration form. Student information sessions during advisement on Thursday, Friday, and Monday. On Thursday, 9th graders will go to the cafeteria during advisement. Friday, 10th graders, and Monday, 11th graders. Their counselors will talk to them about the registration process. Teachers sign off on course recommendations. Use your resources. Your department chair should have copies of AP Potential. This is I cannot tell you what an invaluable resource this is. If a student has been identified through AP Potential, there is a strong correlation between their PSAT score and projected success in an AP course. Let's use that as a guide to help us identify those students. This kids should have copies of their transcripts that you can reference. If they have, a strong history of being a successful student in a regular level course, they might need to bump up to honors. If they have struggled previously in an honors levels course and you feel like there's a trend there, you might need to recommend them for a regular course. Use your best professional judgment. We have MAP scores for some students. Use that. Do not hesitate to use your best professional judgment. You are an expert in the field of education to make these recommendations. Your recommendation does not keep a student from a class. What it does is recommend them for that class. So I don't want you to feel like you have to recommend a student because they want something. You recommend a student for where they need to be, and if they want to be somewhere else, they can waive into that class. And I'll talk about waivers in just a minute. Each student needs 10 signatures, 8 primary and 2 alternates. We can't say this enough to kids. The 2 alternates are probably going to be on their schedule. That's just how scheduling works in a high school of this size. So when they choose their alternates, please make sure they're choosing something that they are okay if they end up in, because they'll probably end up in it. So they need 8 primary choices and 2 alternates, a total of 10 signatures. You need to make sure they have that when they give you their forms. Students have multiple opportunities for signatures. They will, they'll see their second semester teachers every day from Thursday on. They'll see their first semester teachers during rollback on Tuesday and Wednesday. AP Curriculum Night, that's an opportunity for every student to be in this building and see every teacher in this building so they can get any signature they need. At lunches on a couple of days, the counselors will be in the lunchrooms. Any counselor can sign any recommendation form. They are experts in the graduation requirements. They can make recommendations as well. Make sure, speaking of graduation requirements, that you know the graduation requirements. Don't rely on a counselor to be able to catch graduation requirements for 500 plus students. It's much more feasible for each of us to do 30 students and know those graduation requirements and be able to help students make those choices. AP course recommendations requires attendance at AP information session and requires an AP contract. All AP teachers will have copies of AP contracts if you're an advisor. And if you look on a registration form and they have a signature for an AP course, they have to have the AP contract to go with it. We can't register them for the AP course without the AP contract. One way to get that, if you don't have it, you can make a phone call to a parent and say, I'm going to send it home, it needs to come back signed. We've got to have that. As advisors, that week, from Thursday, March 6th, until Friday, March 14th, when you sit in a computer lab and put that information, you need to be prepared to regularly communicate with your advisement children and their parents, and that probably is going to include you calling. If you don't have signatures from parents on those registration forms, you're going to have to call and get I'm just going to call it a phone signature. You're going to document that you spoke to them, the date, the time. We're going to take that. These registration forms are going to be documentation from this point forward. Each child is going to have a folder. It will stay with that child for 4 years. I cannot explain to you how important this step is in the process. So please be prepared. I know, again, I cannot say it enough. I empathize with you. We're all feeling it. But preparation, preparation, preparation is the key here for a very successful start next year. If a student has been recommended for an honors level course, and they say, no, I don't want to be in honors, I made a B in honors, and I can't take that hit to my GPA, I want to be in regular. They're going to have a course waiver form attached to that to get into the regular. That's the only way that recommendation can change. So double check those things for each of the kids in your advisement. You're going to collect those registration forms and any associated documentation, AP contracts or waiver forms. Those will be the associated documents. on Wednesday when students return from rollback. Is that right, Mr. Miller?
Correct.
Okay, I'm good. Advisors will be responsible for calling parents to get phone signatures. I've already gone over that. Make sure, again, every child has 8 primary selections and 2 alternates, and that you have the registration forms for any additional documentation or AP contracts or waivers. I think that covers the majority of the process. It starts on Thursday, March 6th. Students will get their registration information in advisement. Listen, as an advisor, please go through that and make sure you've got everything you need before you start handing it out. It is a harried process when you aren't prepared. Just prepare for it. Everything will be distributed, and Ms. Gramazio, Ms. Shadrick, Mr. Miller are working tirelessly to get these packets together. The information and the communication should be strong. You're getting this information from me in a video format. I'm going to do the same thing for students so they can see an advisement. I'm going to put the expectation on them as well. But we've got to work together. Thursday they get the information. Thursday, Friday, and Monday we have information sessions by grade level. We have 8th grade parent night, a rising 9th grade on Thursday night. We have AP curriculum night on Monday night. We have rollback Tuesday and Wednesday. We have counselors at lunches ready to give signatures for kids who might have missed their teacher. We have got it covered. We just need to be prepared for it. We need to have the energy for it. We need to have the enthusiasm for it, and we're there. All right, I hope this helped. I hope this makes the faculty meeting a little bit shorter. If you like this version, I'm going to ask for some feedback at the faculty meeting. Mr. Miller and I might try to do this a little more often. Thanks so much. Have a great day.